Okay, so in this video, I'll be talking about the course of my life. Hopefully, it will be coherent enough because I'm sort of a bum, and English is not my first language, so sorry. So let's start from the childhood. When I was a kid, I was a really scared kid, like very scared kid. But I had this spark in me. I had this joy in me. But I was scared, and I didn't know anything about this world. And throughout my life, it was a long period where I didn't know anything about this world. So, yeah, I was a kid and went through many troubles, like not understanding anything. I didn't understand why people do things, you know, and because nobody told me. Really, no one took the time to explain to me how things in this world work, why people do the things they do. So I sort of, they only let me play. Like, be a kid and play. That's all I knew. Yeah, to have fun. So I guess I developed skill in that. Yay. Um, but then when I started to go to school, it that's where it shaped me in a like more boxed person. You know what I mean? They sort of box your thinking. They restrict everything about you. Like, yeah. They sort of program, indoctrinate you. And I don't know, man. That doesn't mean the spark still wasn't, you know, left me. It didn't, but it was sort of hindered. And then, at school I was sort of a troublesome kid. Because I was shy, I didn't speak to teachers, and my parents would beat me up for it. So, yeah. So it was rough. But I still had this innate love towards my parents, even if they treated me like this. And I was sort of a disappointment to them. So they gave up on me. Yeah, gave up on any aspirations with me. They did. They didn't have anything. They just, are the type of Asian people that go with the flow. Like, what other people do, you do it also. You want, I don't know, an educated kid with a good job, with an established family. You know the deal. But when they saw me being like abnormal, they sort of gave up on that. So yeah, my own parents became the biggest tyrants, sorta, in my life. So I thought strangers would treat me better because when I was a kid, strangers did treat me better. My teachers or other adults, they were nice to me. So I sort of developed this mindset that strangers are good people. That's like, yeah, that's dumb. I know it's naive as heck. So, yeah, I thought I could trust strangers, and in my teenage years, they were not as nice, but still, they didn't really do me that wrong. But in my early 20s, I had roommates, and I trusted them still. I was very naive back then, still. Very immature and naive. And yeah. My parents didn't want to let me leave home, but I had to because they weren't treating me right. They really, really underestimated me and weren't treating me right. And it's crazy to me how you can live with somebody and not see their potential, not trying to understand them so that you can know how to treat them, especially if it's your own child. So they weren't treating me as I like. It's not that I was demanding it, but I just didn't feel treated right. Yeah, they like disregarded a lot of things about me, what I was saying, how I felt, just like, I don't know, man. So I had to leave. And then my roommates, at that time, I was making money. Like, I was a beast back then. I was going to school, going to the gym every day, and um, making money on YouTube from, like, a different YouTube channel. But that channel is sort of gone now, so whatever. um, so yeah, I was making big money, like at least $1,000 a month. And these roommates, they like, I was open because I can trust strangers, but they abused it. They would lie to me in the eyes, like right to my face, just to get some money from me. Like, oh, I need money for this, or oh, I can do you this service, it would cost this much, or we can go on vacation, it's gonna cost this much, or like they had all kind of techniques and stuff just to drain money from me. Um, and yeah. Then there was another childhood friend that also lied to me, and I think he is a sociopath or a psychopath, because I wasn't the only one that was done wrong. And yeah, he stole everything I had left. Because he promised, but he was a sociopath, and the whole time, you think you knew. What am I? How am I talking? You think you know somebody, and they are pretending to be this somebody the whole time. That's what sociopaths do. And yeah, this guy just backstabs me. Childhood friend. Everybody thought he was this goofy, friendly, funny guy. He turns out to be like someone who can steal money from you and then like lie to you and then like not feel bad about it at all. So yeah, turns out I cannot trust anybody in this world. And then a lot of strangers, they would really do me wrong too. Just out there for themselves, They are not there to help you. They are there to help themselves. Just survival mode. So hold on. Yeah, I had to leave those roommates because I knew what was going on. Like, they weren't even treating me well or right. They were bullying me, sorta, belittling me, even though I was making more money than them. Like, really, really evil people. But they were like family friends. Huh. Okay. thought, if it's family, friend, if it's, I don't know, man. So now this is the apartment that I found like as fast as possible. It's not the first one because I saw different ones, but they were so far away from necessities like a supermarket or commute like public transport that I know for a fact that if I took like one of that one the one that was offered to me, that if I chose that one, I would have been dead by now. I would have been dead. Because I was still immature and learning how to take care of myself. And during the 8 years that I've been living here, there were many instances where I almost sort of died, like taking care of myself, like not taking hunger seriously, or just, I don't know, man, almost starving to death, or like getting sick from eating bad food, because I'm not very educated about food going bad. So yeah, that's just through own experience, getting food poisoning more than once. But every time I learned, why it happened. But going through these life experiences, sure, it teaches you, but it has its toll. Like going through these lessons, it damages me, damages my progress, like financially or physically. Everything costs something. And I don't care what anybody says, but I am assured of this statement. Everything costs something. And I paid huge prices, and now I'm trying to get back on my feet after all this. And it's hard. And other people are busy with their own life or don't care, right? Like, I don't know how much I can take. And because I was immature, I did put a lot of effort in the last couple of years. Let's say 3 years. Yeah. I made sure that I did my best to mature in all of my areas where I needed maturing. And I think I did a good job. But it's still a long road. It's still not perfect, or like, I know nothing is perfect, but yeah, it's tough, man. And I'm still learning. I think we as humans are learning our whole life. And right now, when I'm at my lowest, I'm learning about forgiveness. That's something that has been hard for me, almost impossible for me my whole life, because I always held pride and dignity and honor on a high standard, or very seriously. And you can reason stuff like, oh, my parents ruined my life, because of them I had it this hard, because they didn't do their responsibilities as parents, but growing older, you sort of mature into realizing that they didn't know what they were doing. I know, it doesn't excuse you from what you've done, because you can run over someone with a car, and you can say you didn't know something, but you still took someone's life. But still, like, they're sort of trying to make up for it. Before, they didn't try, because they didn't see they're wrong. But now they sort of are taking the responsibility and trying to make up for it. So there is space for forgiveness now. But it's not like festered yet. I don't know if I used the right term. But yeah, that's like when somebody messes up your life, but finds you in a position where you need help, otherwise you'll die, and they save your life, then sort of the karma sort of like moves from the absolutely negative to maybe it's possible to be even or positive, right? So it's good to be aware how people treat you and how things panned out, and that's just the life that we live. The stuff that I went through scarred me, but I don't hold grudges anymore. I think I matured in this sense. Before, I would hold grudges so bad, man. You don't even know. But now, just understanding that if that's how people are, then you don't have to forgive them, but just understand how they are. Because holding grudges is just doing harm to yourself. Believe it or not. Sure. When you feel like it's the right thing to do, then keep holding it. I'm not saying it's wrong or right, but it shows that it isn't time for it yet. Like for you. You will know when it's time to change a stance. You will just know. There's something in us, like a moral compass that like evaluates things better than our consciousness. And when it's time to forgive, you will feel that it's time to forgive. And when it's not, you cannot force it. It's not a choice you make. Well, you can. If you forgive too early, it's gonna have bad consequences. If you forgive too late, it also is gonna have consequences. But if you forgive at the right time, in a good time frame, then life can keep on flowing. This is where I'm at right now. I don't think my journey is like in the climax. Maybe it is. or like in before climax. I don't know. But yeah, this has been my life. I learned that the only person I can truly rely on is me, if I make myself to be that person, which I am trying to. I want to have someone I can rely on. Right? Before, I would neglect myself. I would not believe in myself, betray myself even. And that's something I don't ever want to do again. When you betray yourself, you give up yourself, your dreams, everything you value just to fit in and be like everybody else. But this way you are choking your soul. And you're gonna have a lot of like effort to make up for it, you know. I think that's the worst thing you can do, to betray yourself, your own soul. Because then you're gonna hate yourself so bad for doing that. Or the reason why I think it's one of the worst things is because I am trying to make up for it, and it's still taking me this long, and I still don't feel like I made up for it, for the betrayal. Maybe I did, but the aftertaste is still following me. In my current life situation. So, yeah, still working on it. And then I will feel when I'm done, right? Can finally be proud of myself. But the time isn't here yet. Okay, thanks for listening.